Hello, good morning, good afternoon, welcome or welcome back. My name is Kat. This is Kat's Loops and Lore, and we are tackling the Vlogmas series, right? Um, Yesterday I was working on a scarf with this beautiful. It's Big Twist Winter 98% premium acrylic with 2% metal fiber in the color Good Cheer Sparkle Ombre, right? And I'm pretty sure I commented where it kind of feels like it's like a roving yarn where like it almost feels like hair, right? So as you're knitting or crocheting with it, like it's really easy to accidentally like stab your hook through the yarn and like kind of like separate it. So, as I was going through my stash, I remembered that I had a bunch of another Big Twist yarn, which is the anti-pilling acrylic, right? This is in the color Bright and Merry, and I used it to help make my Granny Hexagon cardigan because I was crazy and decided to knit a Granny Hexagon cardigan, not knit, crochet a Granny Hexagon cardigan. I've already been through 8 hours of work, okay? Um, in a fine weight 2 yarn. So, I figure with a weight 2 plus this guy, who is a weight 4, I should be able to at least give the roving like a backing, kind of. And I am now officially, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm almost caught up to where I was previously. And I have to say, I'm loving it. So it is helping to kind of give it a backbone, and their gradients aren't quite matching up. So you're getting like this tail of the lighter green and then the darker green. And I'm really curious how this will kind of like meet up because the sparkle yarn is already starting to transition into its red, and I have not quite transitioned to the red yet for the finer yarn. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit and kind of give you a status update to see how it's all going. Okay? Okay, so update. I have gotten quite a little ways through. I really like how this is working up. Because once again, this is just the weight 4 roving is just so squishy. So to have this premium acrylic to be able to like kind of be its backbone and still like not entirely pull from the color scheme, right? It's not obnoxious, but it's enough to really kind of play with the eyes. You've got some red carrying through with the current reds, some of the greens up top. But I really like how this white really kind of popped in with like this silvery blue that they have. I got really worried because I only really found the one skein. But then I found a project that I had done that was also a scarf. So that would have been beautiful B-roll footage of me frogging that scarf. But it was nothing but the roving. So several snags. Anywho, I now have 3 more skeins that I just caked up from that scarf. So I will have more than enough to help get this as long as I pretty much feel like I need. This one skein, and it's not even full, is 601 yards. And the next clip that I have, I will show you the granny hexagon cardigan that I made, where this pretty much makes up the bottom of it. Had I had the forethought to pull the yarn that I have in the top, because it's very muted, it's less saturated. It doesn't have like this lime green, and the white is replaced with silver. So that would have been beautiful to put with this. But I'm not frogging that cardigan. That is like my Christmas cardigan. No regrets. But I will keep going with this. At some point, I am going to have to take a break because my wrist. I have been watching other people's Vlogmas updates. I just got done with Passionate Kelsey. And by that, I mean I've watched Passionate Kelsey. I need to find more crochet and knitting vlogs to be able to add to my watch list for while I am doing my own knitting, right? A few updates because once again, I'm not following a pattern for this. I'm just doing 1x1 ribbing. And so Marty is back in. What I did was I changed it from a 7mm knitting needle because I have just the regular bamboos in the 6. So I'm going 6mm knitting needles or US 10. These are the Clover bamboo hook, or not hooks, crocheter, okay. The Clover bamboo needles. And yeah, this is about as far as I've gotten. I typically prefer my scarves really big and squishy. So I will go as far as I can and then we'll take it from there. I am debating if I want tassels on it or not. If I do, maybe kind of do the same thing where I double strand the tassels. I think that would be fun. Something to keep in mind. But that's my update right now. I'm kind of like, I'd love to record stuff from my phone so that you get a less bleached out version of this. But I'm also waiting to see if VTO drops for tonight because tonight would be my extra day. And if they've been dropping VTO all week, then I'd rather take it for my extra day and have my 2 days off back. I don't know, that's just me. But if not, I will have to cut this short at 2 p.m. so that I can get everything stitched together and my thumbnail made for a 4 o'clock upload. That way, rendering gets to happen. My butt needs to be in bed by 3, really 2:30. So we're going to see how far I can get. All right? Yeah, I realized after the fact that I did not show you the granny hexagon cardigan that I made. I have Christmas Tree Farm, which is this darker version where we've got the white and then the silver. And then I have the other color that is currently being worked into the scarf. Personally, I feel like this is like all business, like it's a little muted, it's a little toned down, and it's a lot calmer. The green in the bottom is obnoxious. It reminds me of like the Grinch, right? The way that those super saturated colors kind of play. So here's my little snippet showing that I'm not a liar. I made good on my promise and I showed you my cardigan. So alright. So I feel like the universe is telling me to wrap up and get my butt to bed. So this is about as far as we've gotten. What do you think? You can't well, you can kind of see the sparkles in there. But once again, I've got to work on getting better lighting. That way I'm not so bleached out for you guys. But I feel like for starting today, because I had frogged it and completely restarted, I want to say this is good progress. So we will take what we can get. It is one step towards this scarf getting completed. I did also stop long enough to frog that other scarf so that I had more yarn for this project. So there's that. We are still working on the first skein, and I'm pretty sure I have more than enough of this weight to... It says fine. Pretty sure it's also like sport weight yarn to be able to get us through this little project. But yeah, you tell me what you think. If you like it, like the video, subscribe if you would like to subscribe. And tell me, are you working on any projects for this holiday season? Are you participating in Vlogmas? If so, why don't you go ahead and drop your channel below, and I'd be more than happy to watch and add you. Alright? That kind of wraps it up for me. Even Marty here is ready for some cuddle time. So I will talk to you guys again tomorrow and give you an update as to where our scarf is. Thank you. Bye.